The thing about moments that change your life is that they don't usually feel that big when they start. There was no music playing, no dramatic lighting, just a regular day with the usual noise. Kids running around, laundry half folded, a lukewarm cup of coffee that I kept heating up and forgetting about, and then an email, just sitting there in my inbox like any other email. Your DNA results are ready. I stared at it and paused. It felt like clicking that link would be pressing something forever, permanent, a button that you cannot unpress. But of course I clicked it, because I'd already spit in the tube, already played the game, and besides, I thought I knew what I would see. I expected confirmation, maybe some fun surprises, a weird percentage from an unexpected exotic place, but nothing earth-shattering. I thought it would reinforce the story, the one that I'd been told so many times. It was part of me. But that's not what happened. The screen loaded slow. One of those moments where time stretches and twists like it knows what's coming and is trying to give you a chance to back out. Then suddenly, there it is. A map, numbers, percentages, and countries. And not one of them made a lick of sense. Not even close. I blinked and refreshed the page. Scrolled and refreshed again. Where was the Italian? Where was the Native American? Where is the family that I know? Gone. Never even real, I guess? Instead, there were places I did not recognize. In my blood. Filipino, Indonesian, Nigerian, a scattering of regions that told a completely different story than the one that I had tattooed into my skin. Because I had inked that story into my body, believed it so deeply, I made it permanent. And then, just as I was trying to process that, as I was standing in the middle of the living room, with my laptop balanced on the back of the couch, the second hit came. My matches. It took me a second to even understand what I was seeing. Faces, names, centimorgans, and right near the top, I saw one of my sisters. The one that decided to test with me. One of the ones I shared trauma with. The one who knew me in my childhood. The one who I used to call Jelly Belly. It said we were half sisters. Half. And listen, there's no polite way to absorb that. You either pretend it doesn't matter, or you let it hit you full force, and it knocks the air out of you. I let it hit, because now I needed to know what was real, if anything. I kept looking back at the screen, hoping there'd been a mistake, some kind of glitch, incorrect password and login. But DNA doesn't glitch. It just tells you the truth, quietly, brutally. So now I have two truths I didn't ask for. Or maybe I did. One, the man I was told was my father wasn't. And two, one of the people I thought was a full sibling was half. Suddenly everything I thought was solid felt like a movie set, a backdrop, painted walls held up by a wooden frame and held together with stories. And in the middle of all of it was me, trying to figure out what was real and what was just really well rehearsed. I thought about the times my mom told me exactly who I was and the certainty. And I wondered, why would your own mother lie like that? Was it to protect herself? Who is my father and where is he? Do I have more half-siblings? Had everyone just agreed not to tell me? And if they had, what else had they agreed on? Now that I know, it's obvious. Why was everybody lying to me? Did they ever question my mother? Come on, my sisters are blonde hair and blue-eyed. The weirdest part? There wasn't even a specific feeling, just a blur. Confusion, grief, anger, gratitude that I even knew. But that came later, all tangled up in one tight knot in my chest. This wasn't the end. This was just the unraveling, the pulling of the first thread that would bring the whole story down. And somewhere beneath it all, a new story was waiting, a truer one. But before I could get there, I had to ask the hardest questions I had ever asked myself. If my story was never mine to begin with, then whose daughter was I, really?